Bonjour monsieur, bonjour madame. Now, we are at Le Mans, we're at the Bugatti circuit, and today is a bit of a special day. When little old 44 Teeth get an invite to ride a full factory world endurance bike, you don't say no. You do not say no. And of course, I'm the only Muppet with a race license. Chris, now's the time to get your license, mate. So of course, I'm here in France, about to ride, like I said, a full factory effort. This is not some shed built in France. This is a proper built in Japan by Yoshimura and Suzuki effort. And so today we're going to ride the SERT World Endurance Bike GSXR 1000. I'm so excited. It's freezing cold today. It's about 2 degrees. It's wet and cold and windy as well. So not ideal conditions, but we've got wets and hopefully the sunshine will be out later on. Seeing as though I'd never ridden the circuit before, and I was about to ride a very expensive factory superbike in dank conditions, the morning was spent placed with the Junior Team LMS, which is SERT's official satellite squad. Backing up some of the senior staff that used to work in MotoGP are students from the local university in Le Mans, who are studying motorsport and offer an ideal stepping stone into the full factory effort. I was given unlimited time on the team's Superstock bikes to get to know the track.
The pit limit is this.
Okay. Oh, we've got the pit lane limiter. Oh, I've no idea what this bloke's called, but he's leading me round. Whoa, that's slippery. Well, that's tighter than it looks. Oh my god. So I'm trying not to crash at the moment. Understandably, they got it in a high TC mode for me because it is cold. Come on! Whoa! Thank you, my baby! Right, welcome to Big School. So just done a few sessions on the Junior Team LMS bike. Obviously it's Superstock bike, but you've got slicks. There's nothing fancy on there particularly. You know, there's kit ECU and stuff like that, but essentially it is a stock GSXR with slicks and a few other nice little choice mods. I noticed they got a cheeky little front Brembo master cylinder on there, which obviously helps massively, certainly compared to the standard Gixxer brakes, but it was just a case of not crashing it. You know, riding, I know it's only a Superstock bike, but you know, it's still a fair few quid's worth, and you know, when you're riding the sort of super stock bike before the main event, you don't want to be bringing that back in the back of a trailer and bits. So just had a little wobble around, bit of fun, but now, yeah, ready for the main event now, so hopefully it dries up. This wasn't just some track day or media test event. This was an official Le Mans test organised by Bridgestone, which meant I was sharing the track with ex-MotoGP riders, ex-World Superbike riders, ex-World Champions, ex-this, ex-that, riders like Nicolo Canepa. If you watch Canepa's onboard laps on YouTube, you'll know how bloody quick these boys are. I tell you, it was some experience. So we've had a bit of luncheon, a bit of manger, la hamburger avec fromage, and it's drying out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get on some slicks. So these guys just gone out on slicks. They're not amazing lap times, but it's still damp. So hopefully, by the time we get out in about half an hour, we're gonna get out some slicks and have some proper fun. So. Okay. Now for the main event, kids. Please be dry. Oh my god, the brakes are good. Wow, what a weapon! What an easy bike to ride. Oh man, just concentrate on not crashing. What I love about endurance racing, the little nuggets like this. So this bike, as I said, was built in the factory in Japan by Suzuki with help from Yoshimura. And obviously it was sent back over to Europe, back over to France. And then SERT had to sort of adapt the bike because Suzuki made it as light as possible. You know, they're thinking, right, superbike, got to be as light as possible, fast as possible. Whereas endurance racing is all about durability and making the bike last for 24 hours. So they had to put stronger rear sets, stronger pegs. The other ones were little sort of stubby little world superbike jobs. So they put like the My First Superbike pegs on, big stumpy massive thing. So yeah, little things like that. And they had to sort of adapt the bike going from a Japanese full factory racer and slowly made it their own. So yeah, little nugget of information there. Right, second time, been given a second go. Right then, let's relax a bit more this time, Fagan. La la. Merci. Right, end of the day, I just want to say a massive thank you to SERT Suzuki because, I mean, this is not just a journalist day, this is an actual test day, and Greg and the boys have been flat out trying to work for a programme, and there's been a morbidly obese journo jumping on the bike every now and again. So yeah, thank you boys, thanks for sticking around, Greg, as well. Greg, can you just talk us through the kind of main changes between a normal superbike and then this beast?
The difference between this bike and a superbike would probably be in the power, and the actual bike is pretty similar.
Yep.
The electronics is also pretty similar, but of course we've got quite a few parts to make the bike endurance style and also pretty resistant to any crashes, because it can happen in a race and we need a bike that can crash and go again.
I was going to say, the first thing I noticed with these fork tops, I was like, what the hell? I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, sure, I got those fork tops on because basically forks are pretty can get damaged quite easily, so we put those on, so if we do cartwheel the bike they don't get damaged, so that means we can still set the bike up and keep the forks in good state. The main difference probably would be the wheel system, that will change the wheels as fast as possible. You know, it only takes 6 seconds to change the two wheels on the bike, so it's pretty fast. Each team developed their own system, and I must say the SERT are pretty good at it, and on this Suzuki it's really fast, so that's quite a big issue on there. Also, we got the calipers. We can change the calipers pretty fast because during the race we changed the brake pads probably 3 times, 2 or 3 times. So we need to change the fastest system is to change the whole calipers. So we take the calipers off with little banjos, which can change those pretty fast. There, I guess probably the main difference is, apart from that, I mean, of course, there's the lights on the bike, which is a big system, which is pretty heavy on the bike, all the light system. And also we've got a wet setting on the bike that we can change, or the mechanic can change, because of course if it starts to rain during the race we need to be able to change that. Whether it's in Superbike, they go in the pit and change all the plug it to the computer. So that's probably the main parts.
Obviously a tank.
Of course, yeah, we do actually forget about that, because on the time the endurance bike had a really huge fuel tank. You know, they are 24 litres, but it used to be really big because it just stick out quite a lot. And on this new bike, they've put the fuel tank underneath. They've designed it completely differently. I mean, you've tried the bike and you actually probably can't feel the difference between endurance fuel tank and superbike. So yeah, that's definitely a different point as well. Which you've got the big 2 connections for the to fill up the fuel as fast as possible. I think they can fill a fuel tank up in like 3 seconds.
Wow!
So it goes in 24 litres pretty fast.
So that's 9 seconds really, with 6 on the wheels.
Yeah, that's
3
exactly
on the fuel.
Yeah, with last race in Sepang, that's what we're doing, 9 seconds.
So, I know we were chatting off camera earlier, but this is, you know, the people's preconceptions of superbike these days is that they're leery animals and, you know, really hard to ride. This, I jumped on it and it felt like a big friendly bear. You know, you just jump on it, it's quite comfy, even for, you know, like I said, I've never ridden this bike before, never even seen the circuit before, and straight away I felt comfortable.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, you know. Endurance are long races, it's a full stint, it's an hour stint, so we need to find a comfortable bike, and the performance, of course, is a lot better than a standard bike because the power you can see is more powerful, the electronics are more sophisticated, so they work better, and also the tyres are working good and the suspension as well. But the bike just makes it easier, so you can't actually feel the power. The bike is fast, but you can actually feel how fast it is. The electronics help with that, the anti-wheelie, anti-wheel spin, and all the time basically you can't actually cartwheel the bike, or you can't really have a big problem with it. So that's what makes it really comfortable, because like I say, stints are long and easy, a comfortable bike, and it's also fast.
Now Greg asked me earlier, he said, do I think the bike's fast? And I said, yes, straight away. I was like, it feels quick. I mean, it's deceptively fast because it's so smooth and so easy to ride, but I got overtaken by a full Yamaha superbike, and I had to roll off back down the straight again because I didn't want to pass him. It was just wrong. He was definitely faster than me, but I just had to roll back because this bike is quick. So I mean, like I said, the shock for me, I'm, you know, a good 5 stone heavier than you.
But it's alright, it's a powerful bike, so it goes alright.
But the shock obviously is set up for you guys, and there's me sitting on it, goes,
yeah,
and it just wants to wheelie all the time. So the anti-wheelie was quite intrusive for me, but obviously for you probably wouldn't feel it as much. Yeah,
we do feel the anti-wheelie quite a lot. Actually, we got a guy taking photos of us today, and it was like, go on, do a few wheelies and stuff. We need to do some posters and get some good shots of you. And actually, we can't wheelie the bike, so it's pretty difficult. So of course it wheelies a bit, but then the power cuts down because all the anti-wheelie comes in, and it works really well. So that stops us basically from wheeling too much. But the faster you go, more momentum you got around the turns, of course, then the less power you got coming out of the turns, and less the bike wheelies.
So this little cockpit arrangement, there's lots of buttons to press. Probably for me to get confused with as well. Can you talk us through what does each one do?
Well, we'll go from the simple part. We've got the brake setting here, so we can change that to when we're riding. The 2 red buttons on each side, we've got 1 start button, 1 stop button. So that's pretty easy. Here we've got the pit limiter, so down the pits that needs to be activated. We've got a flash on the dash which comes on to indicate what it's on. The little plus here is only just to know which way to turn this. That's pretty easy. Then afterwards we've got the 3 switches here with the 3 main switches we're going to touch when we're riding. So we've got just a simple traction control. We've got 3 settings we can change on that. Then the
3?
Just 3 settings, and we can set them as we want, so it can be completely different settings. It's not like 1 step every time, it could be like up to 5 steps or whatever we want basically. And here we've got the rider torque demand, so it changes basically the power delivery of the bike. So same thing, we've got 3 settings on that, we can change the power delivery on the bike. And here you got the engine brake, so same thing, stronger or more released engine brake. On this side, this is a switch to reset the fuel. So when they come in the pit to use that switch to reset the fuel, because when we use they calculate the fuel consumption by weight, so that needs to be put back to 0 every time we go back in the pits. And it also, we can hold this switch if we have a problem on the bike to cut all the electronics on the bike. So that cuts all the traction control and all the switches. So basically, it comes back to a standard bike, I'd say. And the last button is just the lights. So we need the lights on the bike. So they are normally always activated because in endurance we need to have them on all the time. But that is the button to switch them on and off.
Nice, thank you.
So we don't actually use the right-hand side at all, really, apart from leaving out the pits with the start button.
Just one final question. How do you've got 3 guys in a team, all various different shape sizes, and obviously roughly the same speed, hopefully. How do you set up a bike, or how do you compromise?
Well, the first thing is to probably have 3 riders about the same size and the same weight. That's an advantage, and also have 3 riders with the same riding style. That helps also because then when you ride the bike, if you ride it, push the front end a lot, or take a lot of lean angle, stop the bike in a turn, depending on your riding style, that can change quite a lot. And we're pretty lucky because my 2 teammates got the same riding style as me, and we've got 3 same riding styles, the same weight, same everything. So that's pretty easy. And then after it's experience, I guess. After spending quite a few years in endurance, you set the bike up as well as you can. We've got the data, so the data gives us quite a lot of answers compared to what suspension, chassis, and then we all have the same ideas about the way we're going. So it's actually easier than we think for some teams. For us, it's pretty easy, but for some of the teams, we see got really tall riders or heavier riders, that's a bit more difficult.
Right, thanks, mate. I
Thanks.
didn't intrude too much in the day.
Yeah, that's fine. You got to care of the bike, so you didn't crash it. So that's all right.
Thanks, mate.